Okay, so just to start off, if there's any more information that we've learned since that report was released this morning about the cause of the accident?
Nothing really. I mean, it's going to be a while because it's all lab work and blood and urine forensic evidence has to come back. So it kind of is what it is until we get back either what we believe and there'll be an arrest, or comes back clean and then it's just a tragic accident.
Sure. And do we know how fast that man might have been speeding?
That's part of the investigation. We don't really know. That'll come out in the end. They're very detailed reports, and what I tell people, when there's a traffic fatality, we need to think of it in terms of any other death investigation. There's not unusual time constraints put on a homicide or a suicide or any other type of non-vehicular death. Sometimes just society puts a little bit of undue pressure on a traffic crash that results in death because they think of it in the paradigm or through the glass of a traffic crash, and it's really not. This is a death investigation that has forensic evidence that needs to be collected, interviews that need to be conducted, and just like any other type of investigation.
So give us some general safety tips that the average driver can follow to make sure that they are aware of, one, their surroundings, and two, of a motorcyclist.
Sure. Florida has very good weather, conducive for riding a motorcycle all year round. In the wintertime, we're flooded with seasonal residents, and in the summertime, we still have a good, healthy population on the roadway. One thing that I would really remind people is to check your blind spot before you enter into another lane. There's a lot of crashes that happen with motorcycles, or near misses that happen with motorcycles, where people change lanes, especially in Cape Coral with Del Prado Boulevard being a big one. There's 3 lanes of travel in either direction, which means that middle lane is very dangerous because you have people changing into the middle, and a lot of times our motorcyclists get caught in blind spots, and they can be very deadly.
Mm-hmm. And what are some particular tips that we might provide for people at nighttime?
Nighttime, just everything is amped up a little bit, meaning your vision is a little bit less than it would be during the day. The need to check blind spots before you move into lanes, double check, particularly for motorcycles. It's become a pretty popular bumper sticker you see now, look twice for motorcycles, and it's really very accurate and very, very timely, if you would. That's a good thing in this day and age. And with the advent of technological devices, texting, surfing the internet while driving, and older distractions such as being fatigued, tired, focusing on anything but the task at hand, which is driving, can be deadly for our motorcyclists. Excuse me.
And of course, drive that point home for me. What should we be doing with those phones while we're driving?
Put them down. Absolutely. Texting and driving, or any type of distracted driving, is really, really amped up when you put a hands-free device, or I'm sorry, when you put, let me try that one again.
Sure.
When you have a device in your hand, a smartphone, there's all kinds of distractions built into that. We ask you to please put it down, make a call, return a call when you get to your destination, check your text messages when you get to where you're going, and email as well. Just focus on the road at hand, and that'll keep everybody safe.
And especially at nighttime, where you already said our vision's a little bit impaired, we can't see as far as we might be able to in the day, and with those cell phones, just a bad mix.
It's just a compounding factor, definitely. It's just your eyes are off the road, and when you're traveling, anytime that your eyes are off the road, that's hundreds of feet potentially that you're traveling without seeing where you're going.
And speaking about that, and especially when you're going really high speeds, a lot of people are complaining about excessive speeding down Del Prado, and of course the investigation that we're now going on from the crash last night. Speed may or may not have been a factor, and also just in general, people, we said we're working on the story. We had people call into us and say, hey, I own a business, I own the pizza shop right by the corner over there, and I see speeding all the time, and it's something I'm worried about. What do we say to those people that are just going way too fast down Del Prado?
So many bad things can happen. There's not a lot of stories that end with good news when speeding is involved, and anything from enforcement action, a hefty fine and a ticket, to a traffic crash where your property could be damaged at best, or you or somebody you love or know could be seriously injured at worst, or dead. And we would ask you to please slow down. Roads are engineered and specifically designed for certain speeds to factor in distance that it takes to stop. And when you exceed those speeds, especially on a road like Del Prado Boulevard, with people entering the roadway and exiting the roadway into the many different restaurants, businesses, and neighborhoods that jump off of it, it really does make it much more dangerous.
Any final words for us?
That's really it.
All right. Thank you very much.
You got it.